So for my Genius Hour project, I tried to make and shoot a homemade bow and arrow. So I first had this idea, like when I was younger, that I can make something out of wood, like just sharpen it and like hunt with it. So when I was younger, I got the materials, I started like whittling away the top. Then I'm like, Mom, can I go use this and like hunt with it? She's like, no. And I wasn't very happy that day. But now I figured, since I'm older and I'm more experienced, I might just be able to make something that actually works. I haven't really done anything like this before. I mean, aside from what I said before, whittling the sticks and sharpening them. And I've done some other backyard stuff, but nothing to this scale. My process was actually pretty simple. I just had to find a pretty straight piece of wood. My wood wasn't as straight as I would have liked, and it had a few knots, but it still worked. Then I had to obviously like cut the back, like shave the back off so it would bend nice. And then I had to sharpen the ends and put a little notch in it for the string like you see up there. And then I just had to string it and shoot it. My first few shots were not the best. I would if I were aiming for the green screen, I would probably hit the clock. It was not the best, but I was a little disheartened, but I just decided to practice a little bit more, and then I got to the point of hitting a target every once in a while. Oh, I don't think the volume's on.
Oh, yeah, well.
Turn it off.
Try that.
Made bow, and I set a target up 35 feet away, and I need to see if I can hit it.
Wow.
That's actually so there were actually a lot of difficulties. Like I said before, the first was finding the stick and like making sure it was straight. Mine had a big knot in the middle, which actually kind of worked out to my advantage because it made for a good handle. And then another was my stick not breaking because I made it in, I think, week 2 of Genius Hour, and I had like 7 weeks and it dries out, and as it loses the moisture, then it becomes more brittle and it breaks easier. Then my form, I don't know if anyone bow hunts, but you can tell my form wasn't great there because you can't draw the bow back all the way like you normally would because it doesn't have as much bend. And then my last difficulty was the amount of practice I put in. I really should put in more. I would do a lot different. I would just spend more time finding and fine-tuning the details of my bow. Like my arrows tended to go to the right because the stick had a little bulge where my arrow went, and that was out to the right. Then I would just put more practice in. It was a failure and a success because I completed half my project. I made the bow, but I couldn't really shoot it. And I wouldn't say fulfilled my childhood dream, but I made it, like I said, but couldn't shoot it. And I overcame the problems of like a bow that could break and that wasn't very accurate. But I learned that even though things might not turn out like you want, you can get through them with a bit of devotion.
Thanks.